Let's be honest, that old stereotype of homeschoolers, those polite, well-read, slightly nerdy kids who were always several grade levels ahead in math and knew how to shake an adult's hand, that old stereotype is dead. Today, we've got 13-year-olds who can't multiply, who are in their pajamas all day long and glare at adults like they're the problem. Homeschool culture has completely gone off the rails and no one is talking about it. I nearly got swept up in it myself. And if you're feeling that slow slide, standards dropping, kids falling behind, and the house running you instead of the other way around, then you probably need to watch this video and then go sign up for my free masterclass. The homeschool framework that I wish that I had 18 years ago when everything was falling apart. Today, we're going to talk about what has gone wrong in modern homeschool culture, how I turned it around, and how you can too. What homeschool used to mean, the old gold standard. So while I wasn't homeschooled myself, I was a teenager and I babysat for a family with 4 homeschooled boys, and I did a lot of other babysitting as well for other kids who were not homeschooled. And I had a younger brother that was 12 years younger than me. So I was babysitting all the time. I had a lot to compare to. And I decided in high school that I was going to homeschool my own children because of how well behaved this homeschool family was, how smart they were, how curious they were, how polite they were, how well dressed they were. The home ran like a well-oiled machine. And these children were just amazing. They were so sweet and they were so easy to babysit. So I'm well familiar with the way that homeschooling used to be, even though I wasn't homeschooled myself. I've been homeschooling myself for over 18 years. I've been around homeschool families for as long as I've been married, which is 24 years now. And so I've done a lot of observing. And 20 years ago, the homeschool culture was completely different. For example, all of the homeschool kids that I knew were ahead in math, their reading level, their vocabulary was excellent. It was extremely easy for them to carry on whole conversations with adults while making eye contact. They had a firm handshake. They were well dressed and put together. Usually homeschool kids wore a collared shirt, so it was either a polo shirt or a button-down shirt. Now, you're probably thinking, yeah, Ashley, but all of those kids were so nerdy. Well, were they really, or were they just put together? Some more of the differences are that the parents actually saw themselves as leaders of the home instead of just friends or facilitators or someone over 18 to be in the house in case something went wrong. The parents took their responsibility seriously, not only to educate their children academically, but spiritually and morally, and to help them turn into well-rounded adults who were polite and a joy to be around. The homes ran on routines, they had rhythms, and they had a solid biblical foundation. The homeschool kids were the ones that knew all of the answers in Sunday school, and it was honestly night and day to what we have today as our stereotype of homeschool kids. What it's become, the cultural decline. Okay, so let's talk first about the academic decline. And, I know that I've spoken about this in several of my videos before, but learning gaps are now more common than not amongst homeschoolers. If you find a homeschooler that is on the right reading level, then, that's not the norm necessarily anymore. A lot of kids are behind in reading, they're behind in math, they don't have their math facts memorized. And let me just say, if this is you, I don't want you to become offended. There is a way to fix all of this. I promise. This is not just because this is where you are right now, that doesn't mean that you have to stay there. Okay. So another major signifier of current homeschool culture is the constant curriculum hopping from one thing to another. And this started probably becoming more common about 15 years ago. So it's not, just in the last 5 years or so, but just doing total curriculum overhauls. every single year. And I'm not saying that you should never switch. I'm not saying that if something isn't working well for your child that you should switch. But now I'm seeing mid-year switches and, never even finishing what you started and things like that. And it's, well, first of all, it costs a lot of extra money. But second of all, that is one way to end up creating unintentional gaps. Generally speaking, if you stick with the same curriculum the whole way through, the gaps are minimized because the curriculum maker is making sure that all of the things are taught along the way. Whereas if you're switching every 2 to 3 years, one curriculum might not cover the same thing at the same time as other curriculums, and so you end up with huge holes in the education. Not just talking about math facts here, but whole periods of history and things like that. The behavior standards. So the behavior standards, this is one of the biggest reasons why we ended up leaving classical conversations, is because what is allowed to pass is just, and this is not just a classical conversations thing. This is modern parenting probably in general. But what used to be true of homeschoolers was that they were well behaved and they were respectful and trustworthy and hardworking. And now, honestly, from a behavior standpoint, you cannot tell a homeschooled kid from a public school kid in most circumstances. They dress the same, they act the same, they use the same language, they don't look you in the eye, they don't know how to shake hands, like all of these things. It used to be the characterization of homeschoolers was their good behavior, is now like you can't find it anywhere. Children are being disrespectful to their mothers. Mothers are allowing their children to disrespect them openly and in public. It's just really a shame how far a children's behavior has come just in the last 20 years. Okay, let's talk a little bit about appearance. So I know that not everybody has tons of money. I know that most of the time homeschool families are single income families. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just general marks of grooming, brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, wearing shoes to the co-op, tidy clothing, not just like a ratty old t-shirt and athletic shorts. I can't stand athletic shorts personally. Like, put on some pants or put on some khaki shorts, but like athletic shorts, that's one of my big pet peeves. But there's just, homeschoolers used to be in a button down or in a polo. They were tucked in, and that's what helped them to stand out in a good way, I think. I think that it's always good to present yourself well. Okay, let's talk a little bit about modern homeschool moms. So a lot of the homeschool moms that I see now are overwhelmed. They're stressed out. They're constantly driving their kids from one activity to another, to another, to another. Their homes are a mess. And of course, this isn't all of the homeschool moms that I know. I'm, stereotyping here. They're allowing their children to disrespect them. They have no leadership role in their homeschool. I think the modern day homeschool mom stereotype can mostly be characterized by trading high standards for survival mode. Other cultural decay points. Number 1, unschooling as a cover for laziness. So interest-led means no structure at all. Number 2, let them lead type parenting creeping into academics. Kids making the academic decisions. Don't want to do spelling today? Okay. Number 3, emotional fragility framed as virtue. Fragile egos instead of strengthened wills. Discipline is called trauma and every correction is an attack. Number 4, avoidance of hard things. Moms avoiding math equals kids with no math foundation. Hard equals harmful in today's warped lens. Number 5, disdain for standards as a badge of honor. Casualness and sloppiness framed as freedom or authenticity. Excellence is seen as legalism. Number 6, loss of hierarchy in the home and moms afraid to lead. The kids are in charge emotionally and practically. Okay, so my turning point when I realized that I was off track, things were going off the rail, and I needed to turn it around. I started off strong in the very beginning. I was determined that I was going to have the perfect little homeschooled family and everybody was going to be perfectly dressed and the kids were going to be several grade levels ahead and graduate early and all of these things, right? Best laid plans. But then I started slipping into survival mode I was having a baby about every 2 years, and baby after baby, it got harder and harder. And so I just started letting my standards slip when a few moms started telling me that I could relax a little bit. And quite frankly, this went on for too many years. I continued to allow the standards to slip. I wasn't paying close enough attention to all of the things that I should be paying attention to. And before I knew it, my oldest was 2 years away from graduating, and I didn't feel confident in his writing ability, so I had to hire a writing tutor. So my home no longer really reflected my values and my expectations. It just reflected exhaustion. So I knew that it was time for me to rebuild my authority, to reclaim those rhythms that I had lost, and to start doing the right thing. And really, that was the moment that everything changed. I realized that I just really needed a framework that would restore order and discipline, but most importantly, excellence in our homeschool. And that's really what I teach in my master class, the homeschool framework that I wish that I had 18 years ago when everything fell apart. If your homeschool really feels like a mess and you don't know where to start to fix it, this training will walk you through all of the steps that you need to follow. You can sign up to watch that in the description below. What I did to rebuild the culture. Okay, so one of the first things that I did to start reclaiming the culture in our homeschool again was I reclaimed my authority. I made the tough decision to switch to the curriculum that I wish that I had the courage to start back when my oldest was in kindergarten. This was a much more rigorous curriculum than we've ever used, and it was much more teacher intensive than anything I had ever done before. I reinstated clear routines and structures into our day. A clear start time, making sure we got everything done before we were done at night, before we finished and put the books away. At lunchtime in the middle of the day, like everything started on time and it ended when it was supposed to. I started insisting on mastery-based academics. No more moving forward if you didn't have the material mastered. I started putting more of an emphasis on the children's dress during the day. So my boys wear a collared shirt, they wear nice pants, they're tucked in. It matters. How you show up every day matters. And I really worked on building a culture that honored the Lord and formed my children. So in-depth Christian studies every morning at the breakfast table, reading the Proverbs, going through a Christian studies unit, memorizing the Westminster Catechism. All of these things are happening daily in the home now instead of just fragmented here and there. So the result is that the kids started doing better than they've ever done in school before. I'm honestly floored by how far they have come and how smart they are. Peace was restored to the home. My own confidence started to soar, like maybe I'm not so bad at this after all. Our homeschool finally aligned with the values that it started out with. So here's the thing, ladies, you really don't need a new curriculum. What you need is a revival of your standards. Homeschooling is not a shortcut. It is a calling, and it requires so much more of us. And if we don't start leading with vision and with discipline, we're going to lose the very thing that we set out to protect, which is our children. So if you're ready to start rebuilding today, go ahead and watch the masterclass. It's free, and it's honestly the first step to reclaiming a homeschool that you can be proud of. The link is in the description box below.